Eggs are the most consumed protein because they're budget friendly and they're loaded with lots of protein. For example, one egg has 6 grams of protein. So most people enjoy eggs during breakfast. So in this recipe, I am going to be showing you how you can whip up a very delicious lunch or dinner in a matter of 20 minutes. And we are going to be making some delicious, flavorful coconut egg curry. For the coconut egg curry, you're going to need 7 eggs, 3 tomatoes, coriander. I have 1 medium onion, half a red capsicum, some crushed garlic and ginger, a few spices, which you're going to find listed in the description box, and some coconut cream. Also, we're going to be making a side dish, and I have already soaked my rice for around 10 minutes, ready for cooking. And you're going to need some black peppercorns, cardamom pods, fennel seeds, and cumin seeds. This are whole seeds which are going to be using to make our rice. We are going to get straight into cooking this delicious meal by placing a small pot for boiling our eggs over medium low flame. Add in a cup or 2 of water. Then I'm going to carefully drop into the water add in a tiny pinch of salt, and this is going to help when you are ready to peel the eggs. So you're going to boil your eggs for around 8 to 10 minutes, and while the eggs are cooking, I'm going to start off with my curry. So I'm going to pick a pan, and then I'm going to place over medium flame. Add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. When the oil is ready, I'm going to add in my onion and saute for around a minute over medium low flame. While my onions are cooking, I'm going to blend up my tomatoes into a puree. So I'm going to drop into my blender. And then I'm going to blend until smooth. Check on my onions, and they're cooking perfectly. When the onions are starting to brown, just like this, you're going to add in 5 cloves of garlic and a thumb-sized ginger. Then you're going to cook together with the onions for around 30 seconds. Immediately you add in your garlic and ginger. Immediately you add in your garlic and ginger, you're going to catch a raw garlic flavor. So cooking the garlic and ginger for around 30 seconds is going to make everything very flavorful and aromatic. My onions are cooking perfectly, and because I don't want the onions to brown too much, I'm going to add in my blended tomatoes. Add in around a 1/3 cup of water so that you can get all the tomatoes from the blender. And just look how gorgeous the onions are looking. That means that they've released their natural sugars, so they are sweet. While my tomatoes are cooking, we're going to be adding in more flavor, and I have a couple of spices. 1 teaspoon curry powder, half a teaspoon garam masala, half a teaspoon garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of paprika, which is going to add in more flavor. So you're going to add into our pan. And then next, I'm going to grab 2 beef seasoning cubes, which add in so much flavor. You can also add in chicken seasoning cubes. The seasoning cubes have tiny bits of salt, So we're going to stir in the seasoning into the tomatoes. Then we're going to let this cook. Check the seasoning. If it's not perfect, we're going to be adding in some more salt. My eggs are almost cooking. It's been around 6 minutes, so we are going to cook for a further 4 minutes. I have a green chili, which also I'm going to throw into the pan. This is after 10 minutes. So I'm going to put out the flames and transfer my eggs into cold water where they're going to cool down for around 5 minutes. Then I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of cooking oil for toasting my spices. So I'm going to add in around 8 black peppercorns. I'm just eyeballing. Add in half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Half a teaspoon of fennel seeds. And around 4 cardamom pods. Open up my cardamom pods, then I'm going to be toasting for around 30 seconds to a minute. I've drained water from my soaked rice, and this is how the rice is looking. You'll notice a crackling sound from the whole spices once they are well toasted. You're going to add in your soaked rice, and it's very delicate. So you're going to toast your rice together with the whole spices, and this is going to make the rice very aromatic because all the toasted spices are going to infuse. All the flavors from the toasted spices are going to infuse in the rice. And also the rice is going to get a nice smoky flavor. And as you can see, the sauce has reduced and everything is looking perfect. Oh wow. So I'm going to let this cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Check on my rice, and it's well toasted. So because I'm cooking 1.5 cups of rice, I'm going to add in 3 cups of water. Stir in, then I'm going to add in some seasoning, that is salt. So I'm going to add in a teaspoon and a half. That's not a lot. So while the rice is cooking and the curry is cooking, we are going to peel our eggs because they've been resting for around 5 minutes. You can see how easily the shell comes straight off because of the tiny bit of salt that we added. Make sure to remove this membrane because once you cook the eggs with the membrane, they're going to turn out very chewy. Now that I'm done peeling my eggs, I'm going to get back to my curry, and this is looking so delicious at this point. It's been cooking for around 6 minutes over low flame, so all the flavors are fully distributed in the curry. So now we're going to be adding in some coconut cream, and this is around a 1/3 cup. You can also add in some coconut milk, but I would prefer, for the best coconut flavor, use coconut cream. Stir in the coconut cream, and immediately you're going to catch a nice coconut flavor. And just look at that gorgeous color. I'm going to check the seasoning at this point. I'm going to add in around a 1/4 teaspoon. Stir in. Yes, this is what we talk about when we say curry. This is looking so delicious. Add in a pinch of sugar, which is going to stabilize the acidity of the dish. And my rice has been cooking for around 4 minutes, and as you can see, the water is evaporated. So we are going to cover and let the rice simmer for around 5 to 6 minutes over low flame. I'm going to slice my eggs and transfer into the pan. This is how my curry is looking at this point, and as you can see, we have a layer of cooking oil. That means that everything is perfectly cooking. So I'm going to stir in my eggs, and it's been around 2 minutes slowly cooking my eggs so that they can absorb all the nice flavors. And also I'm going to add in some red capsicum, which is going to add in some color. Carefully stir in the eggs. We don't want to break the gorgeously cooked eggs. Just look at that sauce. Yummy. This is how my curry is looking. So I'm going to garnish with some coriander and serve. This is how my rice is looking. So I'm going to add in a little bit of color by adding in the remaining capsicum and a little bit of coriander. You don't want some boring white rice, although it's very flavorful. Then I'm going to fluff up, and just look how perfectly the rice is cooked. I just love how my dish is looking because we have some amazing colors. The rice is very vibrant since we have added in a little bit of capsicum and coriander, and also it's very flavorful because we added in some whole spices when it comes to the coconut curry. Yo, it's so delicious, it's flavorful with a kick of spiciness, and each mouthful is going to be amazing. Hope you'll be giving this recipe a try.